Welcome to London. Backwards cars and twisting streets. Mind the gap, doors closing. Look right, walk left, trust me on this. Brexit, customs. I wonder if the EU fast pass lane will still be a thing in a few months.
Welcome to London.
Languages, lots of languages and tea, always tea. And the monarchy. The Queen is 90 now. Gift shops in the Parliament.
Gift shops at the church. Gift shops at the college.
And always a pub. Some kind of pub nearby. What culture shock? No ranch, weird chicks, no decent priced pizza, but the views, now that's something.
Thank you, Waterloo.
Our friendly walking to class companion.
Welcome to London.
Welcome to a world that is as old as time itself. Welcome to history, to knowledge, to adventures in books, cobblestone, and Harry Potter. Literature speaks volumes in words we read aloud in class, stories we spill from our brain to the page, tales we spin off our tongues.
Controversy, politics, erotica.
Is children's lit? But kids that don't quite fit into the boxes we want, but kids they learn and eat it up. Formative minds formed by the kinds of stories we feed them.
So why is being an author such a damned career?
When we should fear a future in which illiterate children get their news from the telly instead of the books we write. The UK is okay all on its own. The English aren't slaves anymore, says the sidewalk. But what's more is the opinions we hear on the street, a tin pot kind of tale we know too well. And if no one is going to tell the children what the future holds, is it because we are afraid they know? Or is it because
we don't?
We have lots of stories of London, of what we've seen,
heard, lived, learned.
Stories that start from tourists, where everything is new, mesmerized by the view and adrenaline of going, brushing, seeing, to knowing how to get around the tube, when it's safe to cross without the green man, the beauty that goes deeper than the underground and higher than the London eye. We each come from different fabrics, different states of mind, new values, cultures, and people that open our eyes to what it means to be American.
Funny how we find ourselves so far away from home.
I know things now about myself I didn't know before. I learned my limits, my strengths, where I fall short in these lessons from London.
Stepping into the underground still takes a certain measure of strength I only have on special days, because I can feel every soul in the station press tight, tight, tight against my skin and squeeze the breath from my lungs.
I'm not that great at navigating, but I'm good at asking for guidance.
But navigation is where I shine, getting us from place to place in the blink of London's big eye, from Hamleys to Harrods and then back on the tube.
You've lost me there, I think, but that doesn't really matter. The chatter of hundreds in small, crowded rooms reminds me even my voice has a place in this here London.
I may not be able to sit in a crowded room, but I can tell you 677 obscure facts about this city we found ourselves in. And if you find yourself bored, let me tell you the treasure trove of stories I know and have lovingly collected for just the right moment to tell you.
Stories and verses and the honey of words we learn and we churn out our own interpretations. Fan fiction isn't where I shine, but give me some time and I can write poetry that will blow your mind.
Origins of Little Red Riding Hood taught me there's more to it than just a cute little red dress, but morals and values and lessons engraved in a tale we don't even know the age.
And once upon a time, more like once upon a climb of stairs, oh yes, but also my incompetence at stimulating conversation. Too many steps, but take the silent escalator of my creative fantasies to reach the top of a London ever after.
I can make you laugh in the pouring rain, and I can turn a situation gone south, their south, not ours, you might want to remember, into one you'll save in your memory for whenever the clouds get gray, because I may not be good with people, but I can spin a tale.
I'm better at doodling than taking notes, but I do well for paying attention, especially when it comes down to what matters, the important conversations. Who are you? What do you believe? And what about me?
And me? For I am still trying to find here who I am and who I want to be, and just maybe I think I have.
I can't say this is a home away from home, but it's definitely more than a fond memory.
And while home is now where I long to be, all the things I've learned here I will take back with me. Selfies, lessons, and laughs, all travel fast into the memories that I know will last.
2 by 2, like Noah's animals, we wander the streets until they are tattooed semi-permanently on skin that loves getting
lost in London. It starts as slight panic, but changes over time. I start to learn, to breathe, to grow as I walk farther and farther each day.
The best place to be in London is lost. simple turn from where I should have turned, a minute, moment, instant.
It's this way, I think. Actually, no, I don't know.
Where I should have walked. My trail of breadcrumbs gone. 6, now 7 ravens from the Tower London must have picked and pecked, poked at my trail of crumbs on the underground. Now, nevermore.
My tired feet lead me back to Stamford Street, my temporary home away from home, my not-so-quiet escape.
I think of challenges as exciting adventures, like getting lost in the rain with no brolly.
I've worn down the soles of all my favorite shoes, but secretly I like them better this way.
My favorite kind of hunt is the kind for a map or a tube station.
But lost is when I find an open frame of mind, and it seems my sense of rhyme here beneath the London eye. But how I got here, please don't ask my aching feet. Instead, inquire and investigate what inspired me to find myself as I lost myself.
Because lost is what I know, since that is how I find my way.
Not all those who wander are lost, except me. Miranda, Miranda, where are you?
I'm right here by your side.
If only she wore that same burgundy sweater all the time. She could be like a beacon of hope or a very small female Queen's Guard.
Put me in your pocket and keep me close by, but let me sometimes poke out to point the way.
Even if it's in the wrong direction, because who knows, maybe we will find something much better a block and a half off the beaten path.
Is it really a surprise I'm now called Mom? Not at all. I mean, it took 2 weeks after all, and that's the longest yet.
There and back again, I found my confidence and persistent hobbit countenance to fight dragons, dwarves, intersections, the Strand. Assuredly, certainly, positively, I am lost in London. But I am assured, certain, positive, that I will find my way again.
It's not always easy to fall for change, but this kind of charisma of cultures that seeps from the sidewalk and pours from the skies caught my eye. I'm in love with you, London.
The noise, bustle, and the rush pushes adrenaline in my blood as I take a step out onto the sidewalk, then out into the streets where each step is a bet against the taxis and buses. I travel into the history that lies out before me, into the heart I love of London.
Here I feel as though I am part, a piece, an essential player in the reenactment of the past and the creation of the uncertain future we all progress toward as one. I'm not sure where we will go, of what world we now exist in.
Unsure, untold, unknown are futures. We can say that they're brighter now. They're lighter, with memories of London, with gilded spires and giant clocks and little tea shops down the block, with cloudy days and foggy nights and memories of London.
The drips, the drops, the gloomy days, our umbrellas up above the rain. We trudge on, waiting for the sun to shine down on the new, the old, side by side in the skyline, and in our mind, the perfect combination of well-known sights to see through the rain.
Your accents, your insensible cobblestone, the way your shops close much too early, but Greg's is there with coffee and a donut for £2 in the morning, every morning.
And for £3 at noon, you have a masterpiece, a meal deal, a lunch maybe not for a king, but perfect for a poor university student.
And every night, the second star to the right illuminates a skyline of gold, silver, of beauteous blush, of marble and metal, and mirrors and imagination, and a neverland to me.
London, I would write you sonnets, but so close to the globe, I think the pressure's too high, but my, you're a Juliet to me.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? Probably not, because your summer feels more like fall. But that's okay, because fall is my favorite season of all.
Of sweaters and scarves, raincoat round the waist, such lovely weather, dreary, volatile. Your wind gusts might blow me over and under, Mr. London, the somber suitor. Head over heels am I for you.
And even though you keep me from sleep with your siren screams and motorcycle roars, seeping through my sealed flat window, I can forgive you. For with it come a range of dialects and a million different things that only London can offer, like twisting streets and delightful afternoon tea, and kings, where we thought and wrote and spoke in a culturally diverse class.
Global city, fair and sweet, from the people I meet on the street with their hello love, bloody hell. Some other language I can't tell, you're so swell for your hospitality.
And the talks you entertain, in the tube, in the pubs, on the sides of streets, of differing opinions and some the same, of feminism, disabilities, society stigmas, of all cultures, entrenching upon our lives, and the differences we see between our country and yours, open our eyes and our minds, as we are seen and treated as adults here, able to grab a drink with a friend, unlike the world of the good old USA.
And here we find so many stories of people and places and dates, of oral tales and written word. Oh, London, you're my favorite book. Your protagonist I'd be, hardly need one, so let me just reread you again and again.
A hide-and-seek sun, and a gentle rain and inspiration I'm afraid I won't find again outside of your borders. Take me in again, let me remember when I fell for you, dear London.
I tripped up under tree roots in Kensington and decided it was as good a place as any to sit. I found a voice, a song, a bit of magic in a clearing surrounded by your old oaks, the kind that ring around my home and ring around my heart. London stands tall, even in here.
London, I love you, and let me tell you why. The reasons are many, far and wide. A bronze-cut statue playing to the sky, and Windsor full of wonder, but don't forget the thunder of all the footsteps passing and wide. The color red everywhere, big buses, telephone boxes, and guards on the watch, constantly changing, just like you. Out with the old and in with the new, like Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn, all stories of the past that shape the future we all must live in. For after all, you are big and vast, because it is more than just I that is in love with you.
What have you learned of London, beyond sights and sighs and kiss-me goodbyes, friendship and fiction, honor and diction, words that live beyond their space on the page, words that come alive inside of the eyes of the people who read it. And maybe we've decided
It shouldn't just be for children.
Maybe the things that no one wants to discuss and the things everyone does finds a place in kids' lit that matches their wit and gives credit to what they know.
Because we know
That London is much bigger than what we ever imagined. And London is not all the tourist attractions, but the community of cultures in it.
and we are a part of that.
A small part of that.
Write that down.